My top 5 Kilian fragrances for the winter. But first, a few words about my new novel, The Orphean. If you're a fan of fragrance-related content, this might just be for you. It's a day in the life of a men's fashion and fragrance influencer on his way to meet his estranged daughter in a very twisted, Kafkaesque world. It's the best fragrance novel to come out since Patrick Susskind's Perfume, in my opinion. It's available on Amazon or anywhere else, and the ebook is on sale until Black Friday, okay, for 40% off. So anyway, I strongly encourage you to check it out. Now, back to the Kilians. At number 5, we have Dark Lord. Now, Dark Lord comes across to some as kind of a dry vetiver fragrance, but the vetiver is sweetened by jasmine, by rum, by Divana, which gives this kind of fruity quality, and it's so intriguing. It's kind of like this sexy jasmine cigarette. It's kind of a black tie fragrance that you'd sort of want to wear to a more formal occasion with maybe even a tuxedo, but it's also very smoky and kind of challenging to some, but not to me. I absolutely love it, and there's a lot of fans of this fragrance. And then at number 4, we have Royal Leather. This is a strong leather fragrance. It performs like an absolute beast, but there's heliotrope, very powdery heliotrope. There's black tea, there's oud, and it kind of, at some points in the fragrance, it comes across kind of almost, you smell walnuts or something like that. It must be somehow the oud mixing with the heliotrope, which gives an almond accord, but it's so beautiful and so long lasting, and it's very, very unique amongst leather fragrances. And at number 3, we have Gold Night. This is actually apparently Kilian Hennessy's favorite scent to wear. This is all about honey. It's a very dark animalic honey. It's inspired by Gustav Klimt. It's supposed to be a study between light and darkness. However, when you look at gold, you see little bit glittering patches of light and glittering patches of black. And this is, communicated by the anise and bergamot at the top and the patchouli in the base. That's all bridged by this very warm, very dark honey. But this, although it's a sweet scent, is also a classy scent, and you'd wear it in the same occasions that you might wear Dark Lord, because it's this has a kind of an upscale feel about it. And now at number 2, we have Smoking Hot. This is more of a fun night out fragrance. This is basically supposed to be like shisha tobacco. Is tobacco infused with apple and cinnamon. It smells sweet. It smells caramelized. There's smoke in it, but it's all kind of buried in this kind of caramelized apple cinnamon vibe. It's beautiful, beautiful stuff if you're into tobacco fragrances, but it's really, to me, more about the cinnamon and the apple than it is about the smoke and the tobacco, yet still one of my top fragrances to rock during the winter. And at number 1, it's Back to Black. This is also a honey fragrance, but the honey is kind of a white honey. And if you look at the fragrance notes on the Kilian website, it says cedar, honey, and incense. But when you smell this, you get tobacco, you get raspberry, you get almond, you get ginger, you get chamomile. There's so much in here. And yet it all hangs together and it's very cohesive, and it's not overly sweet. It's very sexy, and this was the first Kilian that I fell in love with. When I first got into niche fragrances, I started by wearing mostly John Varvatos designer fragrances, and when I got into more niche, a lot of them I didn't like. I didn't quite understand them, but when I came across this, it was like, yeah, this has kind of like that John Varvatos rocker vibe, yet at a higher level. It's beautiful, beautiful stuff. Now, you could also rock Black Phantom, which is basically like Bailey's Irish Cream, or Angel Share, which is a cognac and praline fragrance. So these are more gourmand, more suited for special occasions, date nights. You wouldn't want to wear them day to day like the other ones you actually could, okay? So those are my top 5 Kilians. What are yours? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for listening, and I hope to see you again.